All right, so this is just a quick introduction to our Google Classroom and how you can navigate through it so that you can make the most out of your time while virtual learning. So when you log on to Google Classroom, first thing you're going to see is a stream section. Now, it may look a little different on a Chromebook. Perhaps your bar down here that says stream classwork and people, maybe that's located at the top of the screen. I'm on an iPad, so it might look a little different. But the only thing you really need to check for in these streams is if I add a message. So let's see. Let's go to Spanish 5. So right here, I posted a message for my 5th period Spanish. Okay, normally whenever I do this, I will put it right at the top of the screen so that I can make sure that you see it. These are normally messages that tell you exactly what I want you to do for that day in class. So these are very important, but that's pretty much the only thing that you will ever need the stream for, unless, like Brandon did right here, you need to get in touch with me. If you need to get in touch with me, the stream is also a good resource for you to use if you don't want to email. Most of the time, though, once you go to the stream and you see the message, so let's see. So this one right here. Today, the most important thing is getting you logged into the system. Once you're in the system, you need to go to classwork, and I'm having them do the Flipgrid. So in this message that I post each day on Google Classroom, it'll just tell you kind of what you need to do. Read the message, we're going to go over to classwork, and this is where the bulk of your class takes place. Okay, so at the very top, we have discussions. Now, discussions are going to be an area in which I want you as virtual learners or even some of my in-class students to talk to one another and discuss the lesson for the day. Okay, so for example, right now we're just introducing ourselves, so I've got my online students going into Flipgrid and they're making introduction videos of themselves, just saying hello to everyone so that I can kind of get a feel for who my students are this year. Sometimes it may be I want you to post a video of you saying a specific sentence in Spanish, and then someone else has to comment on that video with another video of an answer in Spanish. So it's just a place for us to use Flipgrid and cameras and video monitor our learning Spanish. But most of the time, if we have a discussion, I'll kind of walk you through it. Lectures, this is going to be a very important section on the Google Classroom. This is where I'm going to be posting any PowerPoints and any videos that you use in my class. So for example, the video you're watching right now was most likely found in lectures. I have this little PowerPoint right here that I made over the introduction, the rules, and the Spanish alphabet. I'm going to go ahead and move that down to lectures. This is just the PowerPoint that I'm using in my in-person classes that I will then make a video of for my online students as well. Next, we've got readings. Now, a lot of times I will have you start the class or end the class with a very short reading. So, for example, why should I learn a new language? Apparently the article was not added, but there will be an article that I need to add. And after you read that article, you can then go on to answer the questions. So a lot of times the readings are just something that you read. It's not questions you have to answer. It's not work you have to do. You just need to read it before you can move on. So once you've read the reading, now you can answer a question. Okay, so based on the reading that you do up here, this question, let's see. What do you think are the most important reasons for learning a language? Why do you want to learn Spanish, or why do you not want to learn Spanish? This question has to do with the reading that you should have already done. Questions may also be used as bell ringers. I may, remember, because on the stream I tell you exactly what I want you to do each day. I may say, step 1, go to the questions and do the question labeled bell ringer. That might be a way I want you to start your workday. And then step 2, you might be reading a reading. And then step 3, I may want you to go do a Flipgrid discussion about that reading. What did you find most interesting? Okay, so all of these tabs work together, and they're just kind of making it easier for you to navigate. Quizzes and worksheets, this is where you're going to find most of your daily work. This is going to be anything that I take as a daily grade. Worksheets, crossword puzzles, vocabulary games like quizzes, Kahoot, and Gimkit. This could also include paper quizzes that I need you to complete or Google Forms that I need you to finish for a daily grade. Tests, big important section there. We're going to have about 2 or 3 tests per 6 weeks. So I will let you know in advance, normally about a week before the test date. But you need to be logged online and ready to take the test at the time that I tell you to take it. Okay, if you're in my 5th period online class, that does not mean you can take the test at 11 o'clock at night. You have to take the test during 5th period on the day that it's assigned. Otherwise, late points will be deducted if I let you take it at all. So please make sure to be present for the tests at the time that they are administered. Again, I will tell you about a week before we take the test, and I will remind you multiple times that week so that there's no way you can forget when the test is due. And the last one, notes. There's very rarely going to be anything posted in here, but if a student has taken notes on a concept that is pretty difficult in class, I may take that student's notes, take a picture of it, and then post them onto Google Classroom so that everyone can benefit from those good note-taking skills. But again, I'm not going to post it under notes too often. Okay, so most important things to get from this is that under the stream, I will normally post a comment that tells you exactly what I want you to do for that day. Please check the stream first. Look for one of these comments, and then after that, you can move on to classwork. Once you've read the comments and you know exactly what you're doing for the day, you're going to come over to classwork. You will go to the tab that you need to for each step. Do the work in order. Please don't start up here at discussions and then just move your way down. That's how things get confusing. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, but that is, for the most part, how to navigate through this Google Classroom.